What's up, y'all? It's so good to be back. It's your girl BOUQUI, and you know this is Boukie's Place. And you know what we do at Boukie's Place? We don't talk about the glitz or the glam. We talk about the grit and the grind. And we bring your favorite people. And it is so good to be back with you all. I had some business to take care of, and I'm back right now. And I have my guest already in the house. We're just jumping straight into it. We're not wasting time. We're not wasting any time. So, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the multi-award winning actor, singer-songwriter, ladies and gentlemen. Hey.
Thank you.
Oh, you're my dear. My dear. People don't understand my dear. My dear. I think my head is a little bit cut off. Is my head okay now? Where's my governor? Where is our class governor? We've been gone for so long. How are you, my darling?
I'm good. Very well. Thank you.
Listen, man, your Adiva magazine got me tripping. We already should just give you Magazine of the Year. That's it right there.
Thank you, sis. I'm so grateful.
So let us reach a consensus now. Are we going to do our rise self, or we should keep it sophisticated? What do you think?
Half and half.
Half and half. We have it goodly. I have it badly. Okay. Listen, man. I know we have 1 hour. You know that I can do more than 1 hour now, but it's all good. But I still want to keep it 1 hour. What's up, y'all? How you guys doing? Welcome to Boukie's Place. I have the phenomenal Stella Damasus in the building. Can I do a monologue for you?
Come on now.
Don't leave me. Give me a name of a boy that's trying to break my heart.
Femi.
My mom's name is Femi, so I will not be able to.
Okay.
Another name.
Obi.
Obi. Okay, so what did he do? What did he do for me? What did he do?
Obi disappointed you. Now he went with somebody else. He married somebody else after engaging you. He didn't tell you.
Obi.
I think we're okay. The audition is over.
Well, it's over. I already got the job.
Yeah.
Obi, so that's why I left you. That's your neck movement. It's crazy. Man, welcome. How are you doing?
Doing great. I thank God.
Obviously.
Yes.
Obviously, as beautiful as ever. AfriX is in the building. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. How are you guys doing? Listen, we have 10 Adiva magazines to give away. Yeah. But not until we have this 10. So Stella is a multi-award winning actress. She's a magazine creator. She's a singer. Your album is titled?
The Alternative.
Oh, The Alternative. Oh, listen. Can you just put here where we can get it so I can pin it?
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. And then the movie on YouTube. Tell us about that movie on YouTube.
Between.
Yes.
It was a film. Great film.
Listen, how do you juggle all these hats? How do you do all these things? Because I have 24 hours and all I do is just be me. And it's not even enough. I'm like, yo, I need more than 24 hours. How can you be all these things and you still have time?
First of all, it's God, because it's not humanly possible to do everything on your own. So he has to give you, when he gives you the assignment and the talent, he will give you a way to do it and the strength and the grace to do it. And then secondly, everything I do, they're all connected. You know, the music, the film, the social media, the videos and my shows and all of that, they're all connected in the media, sphere. So I've always wanted to own every part of media as much as I can. And because I know that content is king. So God has been faithful.
Yes, he has. Yeah. He has. Woo! And then you are very pretty on top of it though.
Bless the Lord.
All right, so I was introducing you before I got sidetracked, and you know me, I'm all over the place all the time. You're an actress, you're a singer, you're a songwriter, you're a movie creator, you're a producer, you're now a magazine creator. I want you to tell us about Adiva and the journey. I've been trying to write a book, and then I start with in the beginning, in the beginning, and I'm like, yo, then I think I write the first word, and I think about the end. I'm like, so many words to the end. I don't think this is for me, so I close it. I've been doing it for 4 years. So tell us about the journey.
Anyway, we'll finish it. Let me not digress. So Adiva started as a hair company in Nigeria.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I wanted something that everybody could afford. That's how it started. So when we moved to America, I wanted to own a media company, not just for movies that I was known for. I wanted to do publishing. I wanted to create content. I wanted to do reality shows, do videos, anything that has to do with media. You know, so I started thinking of a name to use, and I thought, why not keep the brand name going? You know, so do Adiva Networks, so that there are different things that can come under Adiva Networks. You know, so I registered the company here in America, and I've always wanted to own a magazine because Oprah has been like, I've been the biggest fan of Oprah Winfrey. And I said, this is me. This is who I am. This is who I want to be. So I started studying everything that she was doing. And I felt, okay, if it's not something that God wants me to do, there are some that will not work. But if God wants me to do this, since it's so heavy in my heart to do stuff like this, then somehow it will work. And then
it will work.
One of the things that got me glued to Oprah is the fact that she had been consistent for decades when it came to a magazine. But I was looking for something that would be all-encompassing, that would celebrate all kinds of women. Because myself, I got tired of seeing skinny, size 2, you must be this, you must be sexy, you must be a celebrity. I said, there are women out there.
Do you know my tagline anytime I'm eating on Instagram? I will start my diet tomorrow. So I thought, you know, celebrate women who are not as celebrated, celebrate women who are size 10, 14, 12, put stories about women that people can identify with, because I didn't want to do what everybody was doing, do fashion, lifestyle, and all glam. I wanted to do a social justice and lifestyle, so that everything you need to know about womanhood is in there. So I thought, what will a woman hold in her hand that will give her all the information she wants, from financing to parenting to relationships to addiction to health, mental health, to how you should look, different things, how you can invest money, how you can save money, accounting, taxes, everything that has to do with the way we live every day. And I contacted women, normal women. I didn't contact professional writers. I contacted women who were doing the work that I wanted to talk about. And I said, just write for me. And they said, I don't know how to write. I said, just write, we'll edit, we'll design, just do it. And they supported me. And we started last year. We launched our first one last year on the 24th of April, my birthday. And on the 30th of April, again, we did the 1-year anniversary, which is the one that you're giving away today. So we've done 5 editions now. I didn't think, after the second one, I said, who sent me? It's too much work. Wow.
But I loved the feedback I was getting from women who were reading, who were a part of it. And I said, you know what, let's keep doing this. Let's just do it for ourselves.
Yeah, so, absolutely. Yeah. Wow. Wow, that's beautiful. And I like that you mentioned mental health.
Yes.
That is a topic that, especially from where we come from, nobody wants nobody wants to talk about it. So let's talk about mental health, because a lot of people think mental health is when you are crazy. No, I want you to elaborate and tell us, especially in an age where social media is driving everybody crazy. Oh, she had 500 likes. Oh, I had 1. And I know people that take a picture, they delete it because it didn't get as many likes as they hoped. And then they go through their timeline, they see the one that was then like this. They go do that again because they needed the validation from the external. So I want you to talk to us about the importance of taking care of your mental health.
Yeah, coincidentally, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, so it's a good thing we're talking about it. The thing is, I've always said that if you go and do your medicals, your checkup, you want to check your heart, your brain, your stomach, your everything, the most important part of any human being is your brain, because if your brain stops, nothing else matters. If
Your
your mental
engine.
state is not working, this is the engine. If it's not working, nothing else matters. You know, you can't coordinate yourself. So it's important to get mental evaluation. Doesn't mean that you're crazy. People feel that once you mention mental, it's everybody needs a mental evaluation. I see a therapist from time to time. I'm not crazy, but I know that because of the nature of what I do, because of the fact that I don't sleep as much as I should, because of what's going on in the world today, I'm always thinking, I'm always advocating. I need to take care of my mental space. If I don't, things will begin to spiral out of control. It's when you don't take care of it that the color will enter. So take care of it, especially for women. We tend to bottle up a lot of things. We go through a lot of things, even as little as hormonal imbalance, as little as seeing your monthly cycle. That thing can change your hormones. And if you are not careful, some people react to that thing in different ways. There was a month that I was in my monthly cycle. I was so agitated. I had panic attacks. I didn't realize that the hormonal imbalance was really affecting me, and I thought I was going nuts. I had to talk to someone to say, something is worrying me. I don't know if my brain is there. Then they told me this is what it could be. We think a lot, we work a lot, we nurture people, where we feel people's pain, we go through so much. It is important to know. And there are simple things that they will tell you, check this, ask yourself this, do this. It's not every time that it's a 1 hour session. Sometimes you just tell someone, this is how I've been feeling. You go through a breakup, you really need to talk to someone that will help you mentally. You lose a job, it's COVID, you are indoors, you're not used to it. Your kids are shouting in your ear. All of these things are capable of just turning things around, not to make you crazy, but you just need to calm down. Little things can trigger things that you and I don't even know. So it is very important for us to check on ourselves. I'm not saying, you have a problem, but check on it. Talk to someone, even if it's once a month or once every other month, just to make sure that you're okay. They will ask you a series of questions. You will answer. They will notice if there's something off, and they will ask you more about that and say, okay, what's going on with your finances? Because you seem to be a little, talk and let the burden go off you before it gets to the point where not to change you, carry you home, So, but it is important. It is.
Yeah. Wow. And you mentioned something very critical. It's not even if the person, you see, sometimes all you need is someone to just listen, even if they don't have the solution. All they just need to do is listen to you. And then they always say a problem shared is always half solved. So the moment you say it, sometimes when I'm going through stuff and I say it to someone, the person now says, is that all? You now say, actually, because as you were saying it, you realize it was so much in your head. It's not as bad. It's not as bad. Especially where we come from, a lot is going on that you just want to scream. You just want to scream. And you see people validating stuff like, hey, you too. Why did you wear this kind of this? Why did you? And I know you're very passionate about the female child. I want you to, because Father, as we go into this topic, we ask that you help us to be in the parameters of your glory. Okay, actually. Okay, so you received that prayer, my sister. So a lot of people okay. So let's talk about the female child and protecting the female child. A lot of stuff has been going around about, my uncle is my babysitter, my this is my dad is my dad. What do you have to say about people, especially when it comes to like rape or abuse, and they start to blame the person, the victim, like, hey, you too, why did you wear a dress like that? Like if I work in a bank, if I work in a bank as a teller, as a clerk, they won't say, hey, you too, why did you put me? If I'm a thief, I'm a thief. I will steal the money because the money was in front of me. So I want you to lend your voice to the female child and protecting the female child.
Last week, Friday, my sister, Lambo called me. You know Lambo?
Of course.
He released a song based on Say No to Rape. And I just reposted for him. And then he called me and said, sis, usually you'll be up in arms about this. You'll be shouting about this. But they have not heard from you. What's going on? It's as if I stopped slowing down. I said, Lambo, the burden is too much, and I'm too angry to even know what to say or how to articulate it. I'm not only angry with what is going on, I am angry with us. I am angry with us as a society, because about 15 years ago, when we started doing advocacy with Project Alert, and we're talking about protecting the girl child, how law enforcement agents should treat matters of rape, domestic violence, sexual molestation, and harassment. We will go on the streets, we will carry placards, we will make banners, we will stay there under the sun, under the bridge. And I know then that our society then, they used to laugh at us. They'll say, ITK, you're chasing clouds, you want to be in the magazine, you want to be on TV, that's why you're doing this. And I kept saying, if we don't start to deal with these issues now, there will come a time where you cannot even talk anymore. You cannot even convince anybody that this is stupid. Things are going to happen. If we don't start to nip it in the bud now, things will happen. And then advocacy wasn't popular. It was all these jobless people who they work out for road. But now with the advent of social media, because then we didn't have social media to be doing all of this. We were going out to do the work. But now with the advent of social media, everybody is an advocate now. So it now seems as if, these things are happening now. It's really bad. Oh, you people should stop. And I'm like, don't be stupid. This has been happening for decades. This has happened even in our mother's generation, but it seemed like it was the norm because society accepted it. You couldn't even say it, because if you go and say it, society will laugh at you. You can't come and say, this person raped me. They will laugh at you and make you feel like you are the one who's lying. You're the one who's looking for attention. Because the man is never in trouble. It's always you. You get raped, you get beaten, you get molested. At the end of the day, what did you wear? Why did you go to his house? Why did you do this? Why did you entice him? Why were you flirting with him? It's never, guy, why would you touch someone's child? Why would you touch a little girl? Why would you put her on your lap and start touching her? Even this one that really happened with this, whoever his name is, whatever he is, I really don't know his name, some Ijesha guy, I don't know who he is. The one that happened, the fact that people would actually come up and say, let us see the video as proof. I'm like, are you mad? This is the rot in the society that I'm talking about, that you want to see, you want people to spread a video of a girl being touched. I don't care even if he was touching just her cheek. You have no right to violate someone else's child. Do you understand? You cannot shame someone who has already gone through a traumatic experience and was even afraid to talk about that experience. I hate it when people come and say, this thing happened to you. Why are you just talking about it now? I don't think they realize, Bouquis, it has happened to me. I don't say this anywhere. I've never said, it has happened to me. It wasn't rape, but it was molestation by someone who was supposed to be related to me. I was 8. I couldn't talk about it for years because it traumatized me. Nobody knew. I was dealing with it myself. Why couldn't I talk? I knew what happened to others who had spoken up about it. They were disgraced. If you see the shame, even in school, was the word got out. It was about her being a prostitute. As little, as young as we were, they will call you names. So man has seen you, man has touched you. It's not about what you're going through. At the end of the day, you spend years dealing with your trauma. And we're not a society that believes in, go and see a therapist to talk about it. You carry that into adulthood, and you then have issues in the future with trusting, with allowing love, with different things. And people start to wonder, why is she like this? This is why we're like this. And we're allowing more and more girls to turn out like this, to have a lot of insecurities about themselves, to have a lot of fear, to panic when things are happening, not to worry about everything. You're paranoid. Somebody is trying to be nice to you. Somebody wants to help you. The moment he says, hi, how are you? Let's sit and talk somewhere. You're like, they want to do something. And you lose out on a lot because you're traumatized and you haven't healed from it. It's painful. It took me, I was about 30-something, Bouquis, before I sat down with someone in the UK. And the guy spoke to me for 3 days at his church. I went for an event. I didn't plan to see a therapist, but he was. And I sat with him and I spoke to him. That was the first time that I dealt with it. That was when I knew that I didn't heal all these years. I thought I did. I didn't. And that was so freeing for me. I couldn't believe it. And I'm like, imagine what so many young girls are going through and how we as a society just leaves them open and start demanding for crazy stuff. We do not realize that the first thing to do is protect them, because the heart of man is constantly wicked. The They know the right time for face. Whether neighbor, whether uncle, they know the right time for face. Protect your children. Believe them when they say something happened. They're not crazy to just say that about themselves and be lying against somebody. Believe them, and then when something happens, society should stand up against that person. The law enforcement agents, we don't even have anything called rape kit, Bouquis. You tell somebody I was raped, they'll say, oh, prove it. Did you not enter his house? They cannot take you to a hospital and do a rape kit for you to prove your case. They can't. We don't have that.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. I'm so sorry to hear that. You know, and let me tell you you already know what we do here at Bouquie's Place. We practically equip people with tools and resources that they need to do destiny, practical tools. You know, it's not just enough to say that do this. I want you to walk us through how you got that freedom, because there's somebody on the video now watching saying that, oh, I was molested. I couldn't talk to anybody. I wonder how Stella got through it. Tell us how you dealt with it, because what that does is you're growing up as a child, going on this trajectory, and something just comes and alters the trajectory of your life. How did you find the mental capacity and the strength to come back? I know you spoke to that guy, but even how did you deal with that even before you met that guy?
In the beginning, I didn't know who I was anymore. I didn't know what growing into a teenager or growing into an adult, I didn't know what it meant fully as a woman. I just felt, because of the society we're in, I used to think, oh, these things are bound to happen. Because, trust me, I spoke to some people around us in the village there, and they were like, don't say anything because he's your relative. If you say anything, they will kill him. They will do this, so don't talk. We've all gone through it. It's the same thing. Don't worry. Your cousins too, they've said the same thing. He did it to them. You are not the only one. So I'm like, oh, okay, maybe this is what's supposed to happen. And I thought, oh, well, whatever happens to you, that's the strength of a woman, because they make you feel when a woman can bear pain and carry all this burden, you know, that means you're strong. That's the meaning of strength. That's a lie. So they kept saying that, and I just felt, oh, as a woman, that's what should happen. That's why you go into the market and different men will be slapping your bum. Come and buy from me now, fine girl. And as a society, it's okay, because women are just commodity. So I grew up like that for a very long time, not trusting, but I had to get to the point when I started acting movies, and I would go to different places and I would see how people look at me and talk to me. I would say, wow, they see me in a different light. The way I see myself is not the way these people see me. They see beauty, they see grace, they see someone who they can look up to, they see love, they see someone special. Because I never felt special. People would say stuff to me, and when I go to my house, I sit in front. And that's how I started sitting in front of my mirror a lot, because I used to look at myself a lot and wonder, what are they saying that I'm not seeing? It was my mind that was telling me who I was. My own mind. I wasn't thinking about who God created, what he created me to be, where he was taking me. I was thinking about my experience. So it seemed like my experience now determined how I would live and how I would see myself. And that's a very powerful thing that can destroy any woman. So when I started looking at myself every day and asking myself a question, which everybody should ask, away from all the, noise and everything outside, who am I? What am I doing here? What happened to me? Was it my fault? Did I go somewhere asking to be raped or asking to be molested? Was it my fault? No, it wasn't your fault. If you said no, no should be no. It wasn't your fault. If you dress a particular way, you dress for yourself. You didn't dress to say, I'm dressing for you, or come and rape me. Or no, it's not your fault. So that's the first step. It is not my fault. When you are able to get that out of your head, you can begin to see a different version of you. Now, the question now will be, how do I get better? How do I get out of this? You need a support system. Support system, meaning people don't judge. People you can sit with and say, this is what I'm dealing with, and it's not easy. My saving grace was that my first support system was my late husband, Jay. And because he was married to me, I had to tell him, because I wasn't going to tell anybody. He was the first person that heard, apart from the people in my village. I had to tell him, this is what I'm dealing with. And he was a patient man. He helped me through that, because when your spouse is the one that's telling you how beautiful and how wonderful you are, it makes it easier for you to know, okay, If he says I'm good, I'm good. I don't care what anybody says or thinks. If he says I'm good, I'm good. And he helped me through it to make me see the beauty of womanhood. Why he would forgo every other thing and fight for our relationship, fight for our love, fight for our marriage, stick with me through thick and thin, no matter how. Because there were times I would stress the hell out of this man because I didn't feel like I was supposed to be there. I didn't feel like I deserved him. I didn't feel like, anything good would come out of me. And then he said, I will prove it to you that you're better than you think. You're more than you think. And then I started having children. And I looked at myself and I'm like, there's so many people out there that are looking for kids that are better than I am. They go to church every day. But God gave me beautiful kids. I must be worth something. He gave me a great husband, beautiful kids. He gave me a great family. I must be worth something. That support system is important. Find your tribe. Find your tribe of people who understand or who've been there or who counsel people. Find your tribe. I started growing and started believing in myself once again. I had to believe in myself. I had to accept myself again because I rejected me. I rejected that version of me that was violated. That was dirty. That was dirty Stella. I didn't want to be dirty Stella. I wanted to be clean Stella. But that was what I was holding on to, dirty Stella. I had to let dirty Stella go. That dirty Stella is the version that my experience created. That's not who God created. This is the real Stella. This is the clean Stella. Start all over, baby. I had to start life again, even though I was much older. I had to accept the real me. And then I had the opportunity of going to the UK. We were at a conference. I was speaking at the conference. And I said something, I didn't realize I said something that made people so emotional. I was just talking from my heart. And you know when you're talking passionately, you just start to say stuff. And before you know it, you don't talk, waiting people will say, I didn't know that. And as soon as we finished, the guy held my hand. I would never forget. He's Ghanaian, but he lives in the UK. He held my hand and he said, Stella, I want to talk to you. I sat with him and said, this is what I think you're facing and you haven't dealt with it. You are affecting and impacting people, but there's something in you that you have to deal with totally. I said, how did you know? He said, it's not so hard to know. I listened to you. And when you listen, you understand. You don't just hear. That's what a lot of people miss out on. You have to speak to someone who will listen and not just hear. And then he spoke to me. I responded to his questions. And he said to me, this is what you need to do. And I started taking steps. That's when I learned about words of affirmation. That's when I learned to love myself unconditionally. That's when I learned to start looking at people and saying, you're good enough. You're okay. Forget it. I started, and the more I loved myself, I started loving people. I forgave the guy. I had to forgive him because I held on to that thing for so long. It was killing me, but I had to forgive him. I said, God, if you can take this away from me and make me whole again, I'll let him go. I'll forgive him, but you handle him. He's not doing very well right now, by the way. But anyway, that's by the way.
Not that we're happy.
We're not happy, but you don't gonna go free. But okay. Anyway, so yeah, it's believing in yourself, accepting yourself, speaking to people who will listen to you, not just hear you. People who will listen, and then realizing that it is not your fault. You are better than that experience. You are bigger than that experience. So.
Wow. Can we get 100? We love you, Stella. You are special, Stella. We love you, Stella. You are special, Stella. We love you, Stella. Wow. Let me tell you one thing I've learned from listening to people and doing the shows and being a pastor and all that. You can't really judge. Bible way talk say you can't judge. You don't know where I'm fighting from. I might not even be fighting you that is standing in front of me. I might be fighting the ghost of someone who treated me bad. But now the fruits and the flowers are reflecting as my bad attitude. And you don't know that. And you're just judging me. That girl. You don't even know. Yep. Wow. And you see people that are angry, you see people that are sad, and you're like, just snap out of it. You know how some motivational speakers get out of it and just, and you're like, you don't even know.
I had to start telling people to stop calling me motivational speaker. Because I said, I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not saying this to motivate you. I speak from experience most of the time that I talk. If I see something and I haven't experienced it myself, I don't say a word. I leave it. But if I've experienced it, I will tell you from my experience. Not, oh, you know, when you get your lemon, you make a lemonade. When you go here, you do it this year. I don't have time for that.
You aggravate to integrate, and then you marinate
and have it late. I can't deal with those things, because what you do is you are hooping. You are hooping, but it's not solving people's problems. People need to hear. And it took me a long time to actually allow myself to be vulnerable. And the moment I allowed myself to be vulnerable, I realized people were connecting better with me. People were understanding me more. So I didn't have to do motivational speaking for them to understand that, this woman has gone through this, and if she's still standing, I can't stand. Yes, if she can go through this and still turn out like this, I can't do it. That's what it is. If your life can be a positive influence, as opposed to just do what I say, do what I say. What about what I'm doing? What about my life? If my life can be a positive impact on someone else, then I'm okay. Then it makes it okay, because I've been through so many crappy things. But when I look back and I feel people have learned a lot from my experiences, I've received messages from women who are even much older to say, thank you for sharing this. You don't know what you have done for my life. Then I say, okay, those experiences were bad, but you know what? If it helped other people, fine. It's okay. No problem.
Wow. Wow. You said it's, you see, it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
And I don't even think I know that there is only one version of you that can fulfill destiny.
Yeah.
One version.
Yeah.
Not the masked one, not the one with the facade, not the one that will pretend, the you. And that comes with vulnerability. It comes with everything you've been through.
It comes with
that's the recipe. Yeah, go ahead.
And vulnerability comes with honesty.
Yeah. Honesty, go ahead.
If you're not willing to be honest, don't be vulnerable, because that's a lie. That's not vulnerability. And humility has to come in play, because sometimes I say stuff and they're like, Stella, you be star. There are some things that people shouldn't be knowing about you. They should be having mystery. I said there's not social media mystery, girl, mystery me. It's because of my position that people should know these things, because they have to know that they're not alone. We all go through it, no matter who you are, where you are. Even wives of presidents, wives of pastors, they go through different kinds of crap that we all go through. We are all human beings first. So me being vulnerable is not me, you're just telling everybody everything. It's not telling everybody. It's preparing people's minds to say, if this has happened to you, this is what you can do. If it has not happened to you, this is how you can avoid it. Learn from my mistakes. There's no point you follow. Why are you following me to? We're having 50 million followers. Where are they following you to? What are you giving them that they're following you? Because it's as if we're in competition with Christ now, because we say we're followers of Christ. Now people say I'm a follower of Stella. Where is Stella taking you to? It's true. I asked myself that question before I post anything on social media. Revy, before I post, I have to ask myself, is this helping anybody in any way, shape, or form? Is this taking people to at least a good place, a positive place? Will it make them think? If it's just to observe me, I'm hot. If it's that, that one is easy. But what is not easy, and I don't like to take the easy route. What is not easy is you being your authentic self and letting people learn from it and letting them grab from it a real experience that they can hold on to and say, this is why I am on this person's page. This is why I'm following Stella's page. You are following my page. You're not following me. Where am I taking you to? If I cannot take you to a land of positivity to help you think and make you know, if not for God, this woman will not be here today. If I cannot take you back to where I had to go back to find help, relief, love, peace, if I can't take you there, don't follow me. Because I don't know where I'm going. The only way I know I'm going is to follow God. If I cannot be positive to you, I don't know where I'm. It's blind leading blind. So we all have to be careful. We all have to learn from people. And it's okay not to be okay, Bouquis. It is okay. We are all work in progress. I'm not perfect. In fact, one of my slogans that I've been using for over 20 years is, I'm perfectly imperfect. And that's the way God made us. Nobody is perfect, but in him, I am perfect. He is the perfection in me because he's within me. I'm not preaching anything. I'm not Rev B, but the truth is, it's my
Who is Rev B?
Yeah, come on now. We know who. It's my truth, you know. It's okay not to be perfect. It's okay not to have it all together. It's okay not to have what other people have. You are where you are. Just praise God that you are even you to be are. Because some people, they are not anywhere. They are praying to be just, let me just even be able to talk like Bouquis. Let me just even be able to do video like her. Let me even be able to hold microphone and stand on stage. I've been wanting to do that for years. I can't. So many people want to be like you and I. But within us, we're not where we want to be, but trust me, it's okay. Be where you are and be happy. God will elevate you. But it's okay, especially as a woman, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to have it all together. It's okay not to have everything that you feel that you should have. It's okay. Oh, I'm not married. I never see a husband. It's okay. You never die. You have life. You're not in the hospital.
Excuse me, I'm on that table. It's okay. Exactly. It's okay.
Baby, you know why it's okay? You're not in the hospital battling cancer. You're not battling one terminal disease. You're right here. It's okay. I don't get picky. I don't marry for 10 years. You are married, Abby. People say when I'm married. I have a child, but I don't have enough money. You have the child, Abby.
It's okay.
You have somebody to hold, Abby. It's okay. You don't have to have it all. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. 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 So that being said, I'm receiving submissions for husband. You have to be okay. We can talk about that in another.
They should line up. Fill the form.
No, but
I'll take the form.
You'll be my secretary for it. Yes. You'll be scanning them. Turn around.
How tall are you?
No, not you. Speak English. I come from Ibadan. No, not you next.
No. How many accounts do you have? Accounting is important now.
Is your credit good?
Is it good? No. Any police problem? No. Immigration? No. Okay.
How's your mother's attitude?
Yeah, so, your sister, does she have 2 homes? No. Okay.
Because that's important.
Yes.
No, but you mentioned something that's really key. Validation. You know, you said something about authenticity. I remember, I think 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I was driving from Philly and Lambo called me, Lamborghini, and we were talking. And he was like, you know, say then they tell us, say, authenticity na key, authenticity na key. He said, you know, say we know they believe that time. My pidgin is terrible, but you know, he was saying that. But now he said, you know how many times I try do phoneme music, when no go walk, where my teeth go, they hook my, you know. He said, but now I'm talking my real self. He said, I don't even have to pretend. I don't have to do it. I just have to be myself. And then he said, the heavens open. Yep. I said, but that's what it is.
That's what it is. Yep.
You have to be yourself. And now that we're going there, let's talk about validation from social media.
Yeah.
You know, I know we bordered a little, but let's talk about it and how it affects people's. I was reading this article and the doctor was saying that, forgive me if I say it wrong, but he said it's not right to go through emotions like that. It makes you imbalanced. Yep. He said what social media is doing for you is in 1 minute, you can cry, you can laugh, you can dance, you can sing.
Yes.
Oh, this baby is so cute. Yeah. Oh, this guy died. Yeah, this good for these people. They are broken up. Yes. You know, and you're going through emotions. And what you're doing to yourself is you're wearing down or out your mind. I want you to talk about social media validation and how it affects the mind of the youth and what they can do to guard themselves so that they're not just tossed to and fro.
I've always said that whoever uses social media, you should ask yourself the reason why you're using social media. I, for one, I use social media to connect with people and to let people know what I'm doing. That's basically it. A lot of people go there to hear gist. Those people already are not mentally okay. So whatever up and down expression or emotion they have, it's within their mind distance. Because I don't know how it has become so bad that Social media guides everything for everyone now, to the point that even friendships are determined by social media. You posted her on your feed. You posted me on your story. Really? It's crazy because let me just say this and then I'll connect it for you. So people didn't realize that when it comes to birthdays, I will put it on my story because your birthday is one day. I put things on my feed that it's okay for you to come back and look at it and read it and, you know, get what you want to get from it. But when it comes to something that will pass, birthday, anniversary, whatever, I put it on the story because it'll be there for 24 hours for the duration of your celebration. And after that, we move on to something else. But people don't get that way. Anyway, what I'm saying is, let me use myself as an example. I made up my mind a long time ago that I would not allow social media to determine how I would live, who I would follow, what I would do, and all of that. So I intentionally unfollowed everybody for a long time. Then I started following people again. I needed to clear everything because at that point I was going through a serious bout of depression and nobody knew. I unfollowed everybody because I didn't want to see anything anymore. I would just come once in a while, post what I needed to post. Maybe I'm doing a job where I want to promote something for someone for work. I will post it and I'll leave. I didn't want to see anything. I didn't want to read comments. I didn't want to, because I needed to find me again. I needed to understand what I was doing. I needed to be sure that this, my small device, will not control my life. Mami buy and Mami, they pay for data. I cannot control my life. So I started following people again. And I decided to intentionally follow people that I know will not cause me to have a very weird reaction to whatever it is, because I know these people, I know what they're about. I can almost say, okay, these are the kind of things that this person is interested in and will talk about. This is why I'm following this person. If you have people that you're following and you cannot tell for the life of you why you are following that person, what are you doing? And then this thing of you wake up in the morning, because it's like, it's an addiction. Social media is an addiction. You wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is grab your phone to see what they have said. No. At that point, what you are saying is that those people, they are more important than you are. So you waste your own frame, your time frame that you have in this world, because every second that we spend in this world is being counted. Our lifespan, they go like that. So if that becomes the first thing you want to start your day with, it will control your day as well. So when you grab it and that's what's more important to you, it means their life is more important than how you want to start your day. And I won't lie, I was a victim of that. I used to do that before. Years ago, I would just grab my phone. Hey, what's don't happen? Make Express, don't leave me. Hey. FOMO. FOMO. And then I noticed that whenever I do that, my day doesn't go quite the way I want it to go, because I'm already feeling all types of emotions. I'm not well coordinated. I'm not balanced. I'm influenced by things, because, you know, our brain now, like computer, they capture things, they store them. If they capture words, they capture comments, negative comments, if they capture bad picture, if they capture different things, they store them. So even when you're trying to do other things, the way the mind works, the way the brain works, it projects the things that you have stored up there. That's how our brains work. So when you want to do your proper work, your brain is supposed to remind you of the things that you want to use for your work. But as it's reminding you of those things, the thing where you store join the work, it will follow and come. And that's what you see. That's the projection of what you see. And then it starts to determine your day and how you respond to people. Then I started snapping at people, you know, once in a while, like, because I don't see something will vex me. One girl where they don't beat. Their person will come call me, can't they waste time for phone? I was like, look, let me, you understand? And I'm like, it's true. I looked at myself and I'm like, this thing is controlling me.
Controlling you,
My device, no. So I put it away, I put it on silent. I go sleep, wake up, I go first pray, tell God, say, today, it's gonna be good, though, because I refuse to allow it. I go back, finish. I go come chop better food. Then I will try to get on with my emails, do some things, then I grab my phone. So some people get angry. I sent you a message, you didn't answer me. I sent you text. I say, no vex. Now work, now hustle. No say, America, we hustle plenty. No vex. But the truth is, I don't want to touch my phone. If there's an emergency, people who are closest to me, they know that if there's an emergency,
they know what to say.
They know what to say. They know what to do. They even know if you not feel reach my children, reach roommate, people that live with me, then now me say you are not close to me enough to call me
to make it an emergency.
Because not everybody that will call you when there's an emergency. No, it has to be somebody that's close enough that knows people in your house if there's a hair. So if there's no, let me start my day the way I want to start my day, and then I will come and do what I want to do with social media. And guess what? There's an app that times you. So I now have restrictions on how long. So once that time don't reach, I will get the alert.
wow.
You don't do past 30 minutes. You don't do past 20 minutes. And in the week, I will see how long I spent on social media. Sometimes I shame. See the number of hours I spent on social media when people are knocking deals and signing contracts. I'm here looking at what's not looking at me. No. I had to give myself brain. So you know what?
Wow.
I can't keep myself. So my life is important. My money is important. Yes.
Absolutely. Talking about your life, we're talking about Adiva magazines, and we're giving out 10 magazines today. Stella, thank you so much for being vulnerable and sharing your story. It is amazing to see people that are willing to use their dirt to make you clean. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm going to do this for you. I can keep it in my mind and you'll never know. But I guess that the more I share, the more I heal.
Yes.
The more I help you. So we really don't even know. There's a scripture. Sorry. You know that. I have to.
I was waiting for you. Come on.
There's a scripture that says that love the Lord with your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Yeah. Love your neighbor as yourself. And when people preach that, they always say, you have to love God. Then love your neighbor and yourself last. As a matter of fact, people say J-O-Y. Jesus first, others second, yourself last. That's what they preach, right? That's not the sequence. If it says normal English, forget Bible now. Let's just break it down into normal English. Love your neighbor as yourself.
Neighbor as yourself. You mean you will love yourself now? Then
first,
so you will love your neighbor.
What's my point of reference if I don't love myself first?
Yes. Yes.
So there's a part of loving God first and then taking care of yourself, loving yourself. That way I can project the love I have for me on you. If I don't know how to love myself, I tell my kids in church every time, I tell them that, listen, if I say you're stupid, when people treat you somehow, it's a reflection of who they are. Yeah. It's not a reflection of who you are, because teenagers don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because Stella, if it is a foreign language to me, if I don't tell myself you are stupid in my room, I no go fit tell you because I don't say it. It's like French. I can't just be in my house and be speaking French. I don't know how to speak French. So I can't be talking to you and start speaking French. So if it's a foreign,
I have to pay offering.
I send cash up to no, but it is true. It is true. When you learn to take care of yourself, you will treat other people better. When you see someone that's nasty to you, idiot, that's how they talk to themselves. Because if they didn't do that to themselves, they would not be able to say it to you, because it's a foreign language.
Louder.
It's a foreign language. No, for real. So I'm very intentional about how I talk to myself. Yeah. I'm very intentional, because I know if I master how to talk to myself nicely, then I can talk to other people nicely. Yeah. Because now I'm not trying to talk to you. You know how some people say, just be nice. I'm not trying to be nice. I'm nice to myself. I'm kind to when I fail at something, I mess up. I'm like, it's okay. We got this. We're going to do it again. Let's do it again. And then I affirm myself. I tell my kids, there's this concept, and I'm going to shut up so we can give out the thing. See, everything we've been talking about all day is about self-image. Self-image is the picture of myself I see in my head when I think about myself. So when I think about apples, I see apples, because the mind sees in pictures. The mind doesn't see APPLES. You know, so when I think about myself, I see a picture. So how I feel about myself is connected to the self-image. So my self-worth is how I feel when I think about myself.
Yes.
My self-esteem is how I carry myself when I feel after I've seen in my mind. Yes. So my question is, what if your mirror is broken? Because my eyes, I can see you now, Stella. I can see you're wearing popping red. It's really nice, by the way. You know, I can see you. If I need to see myself, I can't. My eyes are not created like all those cartoons where they look. So now I have to get a mirror.
Yes.
So what if my mirror that would determine my self-image, my self-worth, and my self-esteem, what if that mirror that I'm looking at to reflect to me is broken? So while I may be...
You're saying this. You know
Go ahead.
You're saying this.
Yeah.
I said this to someone on social media the other day. That do you know that the kind of social media you consume can break what you use as a vision of yourself?
Yeah.
They can make you think that this is how you should be, where you should be, what you should be looking like, and everything. And that is a broken mirror. You cannot afford to see yourself that way, because that is not a true reflection of who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is good.
Because I might be looking really nice. You know, all those cartoons or the mirrors that I had a mirror in my house one time. You know, those mirrors that will make you slim. I don't know where I got it from. I thought I was losing weight. The mirror was making me slim until I saw myself in one correct, like a normal mirror one day. I was like, hey, God forbid, Jesus. I see Bella they play this way. This one
and then they sell that mirror where people don't know. People they sell that mirror where.
It's the one in my gym. No, but now I was adding weight, but the mirror that was dictating how I felt about myself was wrong, which now made me walk like I was slim. I'm sure people will be looking they worry. And you know, as you're doing catwalk, your belly, you know, when computers came out, you know that baby that used to. Yes, I said that's how I used to. The dancing baby. That was how I was doing my catwalk. But in my mind, it gave me some confidence because I thought I was slim.
Yeah.
And you know, the point is this: what you see through. And you see, it could be the words of those who raised you. That's your mirror.
Yeah.
So they could call you dead, dumb. You see, you will be like your father. You are so stupid. Those words could shape you and make you become something. And it's the lenses that is cracked.
Yep.
You know, so I want you, before we give out magazines, how do we fix our mirrors?
Look through the eyes of the only one that knows the original form that you're created as. See yourself through the eyes of God. Some people say, how can I be used? Can I put God's eye on my eye? Yes, you can. So how do I see myself through God's eyes? The things that the Bible has told me about myself, I created an image. I put my face on top of those things. I put the fact that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. And I made a video recently. I said, God doesn't do ugly, because what we as human beings see as ugly, he sees it as beautiful. And he has the greatest vision. So for him to create me and make me the way I am, trust me, I have to be beautiful. Who made me? Who created me? Who take time? I might not have all the things that other people want to figure it and all that, but you know what? I'm built the way I was supposed to be built. I can't let any person tell me you have to be a size this, you have to be this, your skin tone has to be this, you have to be walking like this, you have to be doing that. That's not me, because when God was creating me, he wasn't looking at somebody else to sketch me. He created me to be me. Unique. He wasn't trying to photocopy me. I'm not a photocopy of anybody. My DNA, everything, my fingerprints, it's not the same with any other person's own. He created me to be me. I don't get pointed nose. I love it.
I love it too. I love it too, but it's all right. It's okay not to be okay.
Exactly. The thing is, when I tell myself every morning, so when God sees me, who does he see? And I was telling people that the beauty that I see of myself, the image that I see of myself, it's not really my outward appearance, really. It's this. It's how I feel. It's who I know I am. It's how I know he made me. It's who made me. It's the joy. I said something else. I said the fragrance of my worship. That fragrance, if it is sweet, it go good. If your character good, you go fine for people. I forget. Stop allowing social media to use material things, or allowing people or society to dictate how you should feel about yourself. No. The fragrance, I say, bad character stinks. It smell when you pass, no matter how you find. If you'd like, deck up Gucci up and down, Fendi up and down. Make you use the latest cream, yellow your life, put fake butt, put it, walk around. Once your character is not good, no matter what it is, they'll just take you at face value. That's not who I want to be. I'm determined to make sure that I don't use people's yardstick to determine my beauty. That's why I don't follow trend. I don't do what people are doing. I do me. And I'm happy with it. I'm confident in it. I wish that I learned this in my 20s. I wish that I learned it in my 20s to just do you, be confident, be happy in who you are. You are here for a reason. God created you the way he created you for a reason. You know, they make mistake. That's one thing. My mom said that to me one day when I said, Mommy, my butt is too flat. Why I not collect the big butt from the other side of the family? Why that? Man, I said, so in your mind, God made mistake. He gave you small butt. Okay, go and tell him. When you are praying this night, go tell him, God, you made mistake. Why didn't you make this thing big? If he answers you, please tell me so I can do it too.
I can do it too. Maybe with your prayer of agreement, maybe we help.
Maybe we help. There's some things that are missing, some things are too big here, some things
hey,
are
God.
too big. What happened?
God, I know I can't talk to you, KBSC, but come now, let's talk. I want you to take a trip to that 8-year-old girl that was molested and talk to her from here and visualize that you're talking to people here that have not healed from that brokenness of being touched. Oh my gosh, I'm a youth pastor. When the lockdown began, if you know the things I heard, I want you to take a trip to that 8-year-old girl and talk to her.
First of all, it's not your fault. You have to realize it's not your fault. You are innocent. You went there with a pure heart. You spoke to this person with your pure heart. You trusted this person, not because you're a fool or you were blind, but you trusted because you could not have known the plans that that person had. But one thing that you have to remember is that the fact that you're alive today, there's a reason for it. Your story is not in vain. God doesn't allow things to happen to you because it's in vain. There's a lesson behind it. Whatever you have gone through, whatever test, whatever thing that has happened to you, whether it's rape, molestation, harassment, domestic violence, first of all, let's just be thankful that we are alive today and we can tell the story. Another thing is we have to deal with what has happened and realize that it cannot define your future. It cannot define who you will be. It cannot change your destiny. It's an experience. Experiences are there for us to learn from it, use it to teach, or know what to do, what not to do. It's not meant to change. No, you learn from it so that in the course of your future, you do different, you think different, you act different. This happened. What if somebody else is about to go through this? How can I prevent that from happening? What can I do to make sure that people don't fall into this trap? So that when you start to think of how to help others out of the situation that you're dealing with, you find healing. Because it's important to use your life as a healing process for others to heal as well. When they heal, you heal. The thought of being positive to other people, you heal. But you also be confident and be brave. Speak. It's your story. It's your experience. It's your life. Speak it. When you speak it out, nothing can hold you back anymore. No shame. It's out there. It's out there. There, I've said it. This happened. This is why it happened. This is how it happened. And this was the result of it. It shouldn't happen. Speak it and liberate yourself. Speak it and liberate yourself. Because some people went through what you went through and didn't make it. Some committed suicide. Some died in the process. Some died on their way to the hospital to get treated because of what was done to them. You are here. You can speak. You are still whole. Speak it and be liberated. As you get your liberation, you need someone to support you. Someone who knows what it is, not just random people. You need to speak to someone who would help you through it, who will guide you through it. And just be reminded that it doesn't taint or change who God created you to be. It doesn't change how God sees you. Anybody can see you funny, but the God that created you, you never change in his sight. The same love he had for you when he made you is the same love he has for you, even after that experience. Hold on to that. Hold on to that as long as you know that there's something that can never change, no matter what social media, society, whatever, no matter what they think or say, the one thing that will not change is a constant. God loves me. He knew. He knew it would happen. But he trusts me to come out of it and turn it around for something positive. Sounds crazy to the normal mind, but to me and to others who've gone through it, You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
God trusts you enough to use that experience. That
equip you with that experience.
See, Rev, you always have the better idea. So pick it out. Yeah.
No, but it is a perspective thing, you know.
Yeah.
I could see it as an attack.
Yeah.
I could see it as an opportunity so that I can use this to make somebody better.
Yes.
Okay, so now we've talked to Stella, the 8-year-old. So I want you to think. So now you are presiding, or you're a judge. Judge. You're presiding over the case. A young girl was molested by a grown man. What would your judgment be?
People have to know that there are consequences to things like that. And for me, it might sound harsh, but that person should go to jail. Two jail terms consecutively. You do 30 years, 60 years. Go to jail for 60 years. Your whole life, your future is done. Okay. I'm sorry, but that's what I would do.
Okay. So if he's 60 years old and he does it, and he dies when he's 90, when he comes back to life again, as they born him, 30 years.
It will serve it. You know what I say? Something that somebody will enjoy for 1 minute. Something that the perpetrator will enjoy for 1 minute. Let me take her, let me tear her clothes, fight, let me enter. 1 minute of pleasure is a lifetime of someone's mental issue, a lifetime of trauma, a lifetime of depression. And it will spiral into and affect other areas of this woman's life or this man's life, whoever it is. That can take years. Some people never come out of it. I know older women, 60-something-year-olds, 70-something-year-olds, they're so used to it now that when they tell you their story, it just becomes lifetime of pain for somebody's 1 minute of pleasure. Because if you understand rape, the people who rape people, they don't do it for the long pleasure. No, it's lack of self-control. You want to do something and get that. And sometimes it's not even about the act itself. It's about power.
Yeah,
it's about you showing your power over this person. They're power hungry. So that lack of control will make you want to do something. And in 1 minute, you're done.
Yeah.
And then from that 1 minute till that person's old age, the person is messed up. No, you serve 2 lifetimes. It's okay.
Let's make it 3, just because 3 is the number of.
Okay, I don't know all those things.
Let me say, if I know I did create time. 3 is the number of.
Yes.
A 3-fold cord cannot be broken.
Something cannot break. So let it be 3, so it's thick.
Thank you so much for sharing, man. I hope you guys have gotten something.
Yeah, she's a pastor. It's not a hype or nickname. She is a real pastor. Bouquis is a real pastor. For those of you who don't know, follow her, you will know.
What do you mean I'm not a real pastor? I have the fruits of the spirit. I'm gentle. I'm kind. I'm loving.
They think it's a nickname.
So Stella me humble.
That B is real. She's a real pastor. Now me will not be pastor. So.
What makes you think I'm not a real pastor? I'm even talking to the person.
People be calling me woman of God and they laugh. I say people don't know the half of it. I'm nowhere near that, please. I'm Stella. This is the pastor here.
I'm a real pastor. I'm anointed of God.
Yes.
Gentle, filled with the fruit of the spirit.
Yes.
Humility, kindness.
Come on.
What are you talking about?
It's a lot. Let's go there.
No, even.
Let's leave it.
They said tell us about this app. So AfriX app is the best app to send money to Nigeria. While everybody else is doing $3.90, $3.80, it's $4.45 per dollar.
Yep.
Did you hear my dollar? I had to say British, like your Nollywood people, that they'll say, I can't. Leave me alone. I can't. I only want.
So she's living in America. She went to school in America. Then the person comes and says, I'm there in it. I'm like, okay.
Oh my God. Okay. What was I saying before I forgot?
AfriX, the app.
Yes. I'm sure they'll be like, what kind of ambassador is this? So AfriX is the app that you can use to send money to Nigeria. We're working on all the other overseas Africa countries, Cameroon and but now the focus is Nigeria. They have the best rate, no hidden charges, no hidden fees. What you pay, it goes straight into that person's account. They don't even have to leave to go and line up to collect code or whatever. Go straight into the account. It's fast, it's reliable. Download the app, use my code Bouquis with the $, and trust me, you get $5 when you send $100. I get one. I take, because it's you. Imagine
because it's
you. I collect 1.5. No, but really, use my code. You get $5 when you send $100 or more. And it's an amazing app. It's reliable. So do that. Follow them. Oh, Stella, you see, as I didn't pin the comments, your eye is right there. So it's like I'm looking your eye. Looking your eye.
You don't see me, Abi.
I don't see it. So the comments is right on your face. So I was like, everybody, the way they say they love you, I guess they use that word, poke your eye.
I was just looking at them.
For every love you get, I don't
You
poke
see?
your eye. Stella. Stella.
Yucks. There.
My there. Listen, you are national treasure.
Thank you.
And we love you very, very, very much. We see your grind. We see the hustle. And we are behind you. 100%.
Thank you.
The way they say it in America. 100%. 100%. We got you.
Got you.
No, but honestly, we see you. And we pray that the doors that are hard for people to open, when you get there, it will just automatically, of its own accord, swing open for you. Nothing will be hard for you to do.
Amen.
Relationships, resources, everything that you need to fulfill destiny shall be yours. Without hustling, without haggling, without stressing, it will come to you. And your children are beautiful. They are blessed. And God bless you. God bless your family. Rume, well done. We love you guys very much. So, Stella, thank you so much for coming to Bouquie's Place.
Anytime.
God bless you. God bless you. Mwah, mwah.